Imagine a small Texas town where everyone knows your name and the streets echo with the laughter of youth. Nestled quietly under the vast Texan sky, Grand Prairie was a slice of Americana, where neighbors greeted each other with smiles and children played until the streetlights flickered on. Life here rolled by at a leisurely pace, marked by community gatherings and high school football games. In this serene backdrop lived Adrienne Jones, a 16-year-old with a radiant smile and dreams as big as the Texas horizon. Known for her bright ambition, Adrienne was a beacon of potential, deeply cherished by her family and friends. She attended the local high school where she was not just an honor student but a friend to many, weaving her youthful spirit into the fabric of Grand Prairie. But darkness loomed on the horizon as the sun set on December 3, 1995. In the heart of this tragedy was a love so intense it consumed everything in its path. At the center were David and Diane Zamora, two high school sweethearts whose ambitions stretched as far as the eye could see. Both were top cadets, poised for success, their futures as bright as the Texas sun. But beneath this facade of youthful achievement and dedication, a storm was brewing, one that would leave a town reeling. David, known for his charm and leadership, had a fleeting encounter with Adrienne Jones, a fellow student whose vivacity and kindness made her beloved in Grand Prairie. This seemingly innocent interaction was enough to light a fuse of jealousy in Diane, whose love for David knew no bounds or limits. Diane, with her dreams of a perfect life with David, viewed Adrienne as a threat that needed to be extinguished. Her love for David twisted into a dark, possessive force. It was here that the seeds of a dreadful plan were sown, a plan that would escalate beyond simple high school rivalry into the realm of the unthinkable. The dynamics of their relationship began to warp under the weight of Diane's obsession. Conversations between the couple increasingly revolved around securing their future together at any cost. Diane, once a promising student with aspirations of flying high in the skies as a naval officer, now grounded her ambitions in securing her relationship. Under Diane's influence, David's resolve weakened. The couple began to plot against Adrienne, their minds conspiring in the shadows. It was a sinister turn that saw love contorted into something unrecognizable, driven by the fear of losing what they believed was theirs. A plan fueled by jealousy and obsession was set, marking the beginning of the end for Adrienne. This was not just a tale of teenage love gone awry. It was a chilling reminder of how deeply the human heart can be corrupted when twisted by the darker forces of passion and possession. Under the cover of darkness, a deceptive invitation led to a deserted road. December 4th marked a chilling turn in the lives of three young individuals in Grand Prairie, Texas. The night was set, and so was the trap. David Graham, a high school cadet with a promising future, had orchestrated a meeting that would forever alter the course of several lives. Earlier in the day, David had reached out to Adrienne Jones, a 16-year-old honor student with a friendly demeanor and an infectious smile. He spun a tale of needing to talk, of shared feelings and confusion that needed clarification. Adrienne, unaware of the sinister undercurrents, agreed to meet, driven by a mix of concern and curiosity. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the air grew colder and the stage was set. David picked up Adrienne under the guise of a friendly outing. They drove to a secluded area, far from the prying eyes of the small town. The location was remote, a stark contrast to the warmth of the community from which they came. It was here that the facade began to crumble. In the darkness of that deserted road, David's demeanor shifted. The conversation turned cold as the night air. Before long, Diane Zamora, hidden until then, emerged. Her presence was a shock to Adrienne, who suddenly found herself ensnared in a web of jealousy and rage. Diane, driven by a toxic blend of obsession and fear of losing David, had conspired with him to remove what she perceived as a romantic threat. The events that unfolded were harrowing. Arguments escalated into physical confrontation, and what started with words ended with unspeakable violence. Diane and David, bound by a misguided pact sealed with dark intentions, acted out the unthinkable. As the cold wind whispered, a life was cruelly snatched away, leaving nothing but silence in its wake. The calm of the town was shattered as the sun rose, revealing a grim reality. The disappearance of Adrienne Jones had initially united the community in concern and confusion. Neighbors, friends, and strangers alike joined in a frantic search, clinging to hope yet dreading the worst. As days turned into weeks, the local police, alongside state investigators, sifted through countless leads and interviews. The breakthrough came unexpectedly when an acquaintance of David and Diane, overwhelmed by guilt, came forward. This confession peeled back layers of deception and led detectives straight to the heart of the darkness enveloping this case. The evidence was damning. Forensic analysis matched fibers from the crime scene to those found in David's car. Phone records contradicted their alibis, placing them near the isolated location on the night of Adrienne's murder. But most chilling of all was the diary belonging to Diane, found hidden away in her bedroom. Its pages revealed not just the plot to eliminate Adrienne, but also the twisted justification for such a heinous act. With each piece of evidence, the facade of two promising young individuals crumbled, revealing a sinister pact bound by jealousy and obsession. The trial was swift, the community's gaze unwavering as the sordid details of the crime were laid bare for all to see. With the gavel's final fall, the mask of innocence was forever torn away from David and Diane. Justice may prevail, but the scars remain deep and visible. In the wake of the brutal murder of Adrienne Jones, the trial of David Graham and Diane Zamora captured the nation's attention. Charged with first-degree murder, their court proceedings were a spectacle, highlighting not only the severity of their crime, but also the twisted love that drove them to it. The gavel fell, echoing through the courtroom, sentencing them each to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 40 years. The impact on the Grand Prairie community was profound. A town once draped in the comfort of neighborly trust found itself grappling with a haunting question. How could such promising young minds harbor such darkness? The streets were quieter, the conversations more subdued. Parents hugged their children a little tighter, a reminder of the fragility of peace. Meanwhile, behind bars, David and Diane's lives took paths marked by regret and appeals. David reportedly showed signs of remorse, participating in prison programs and aiming for a parole that seemed a distant dream. Diane, on the other hand, attempted to overturn her conviction multiple times, each attempt meeting the cold denial of the courts. Their lives, once poised for success, were now mired in the consequences of that fateful night. Locked away, the perpetrators faced decades of reflection over a moment's madness. As the cell doors clang shut night after night, the echo of their youthful choices reverberates, a stark reminder of the thin line between love and obsession. In the quiet aftermath, a community and a nation ponder the harsh lessons of a tragedy. The Texas Cadet Murder not only left a permanent scar on the town of Grand Prairie, but also sparked a nationwide conversation about the complexities of teenage relationships and the dark turns they can sometimes take. This case brings to the forefront the vital importance of psychological health among teenagers. David and Diane, both high-achieving students, were caught in a web of obsession and jealousy, emotions that can be particularly intense during the teenage years. It underscores an urgent need for awareness and open conversations about emotional and mental health in young relationships. Schools, communities, and families must be equipped to recognize signs of unhealthy dynamics and provide the necessary support or intervention. Moreover, this tragedy highlights the crucial role of timely intervention. Friends and acquaintances of David and Diane noticed changes in their behavior, but perhaps did not fully comprehend the severity or feel empowered to act. This serves as a poignant reminder that observing changes in someone's behavior should be met with concern and action, not silence. Early intervention could possibly prevent the escalation of destructive emotions and actions. In memory of Adrienne, the community has taken steps to ensure her life was not lost in vain. Annual scholarships in her name have been established to support students who exemplify her bright spirit and ambition. These acts of remembrance and honor help the community to heal, reminding everyone that from immense loss can come an opportunity to support and uplift others. From the ashes of despair, we seek the flames of hope, learning and growing from the painful past. The story of Adrienne, David, and Diane teaches us about the fragility of young minds and the devastating impact of unchecked emotions. It compels us all to foster environments where young individuals can navigate their emotions healthily and safely. Thank you for joining us on this journey through darkness and light. For more stories that challenge, inspire, and warn, stay tuned to Crime Stories Now.